Alright, guys, so I know I'm significantly behind on these. I'm trying to catch up. So, this month I am trying a new thing with this kind of video, and I am answering Julia Wilkerson's question from conception to finish, how long in labor hours, but also in real time, does it take to go from an idea to a print? So, the quick answer is it varies a lot. Um, on the short end, especially if it's something that like only I'm working on or only Sarah's working on, it can go pretty fast. Like, so I've been doing these sketches, and these ones take me 20 to 45 minutes depending on the complication of it. Like, this was a particularly complicated one. And these I start, let me strip it down. I do entirely digitally. And so I start with a sketch, and because this one was Princess Serenity, I wanted her to look slightly like Sailor Moon, for, obvious reasons. Oh, you can see there's still some white dots, but let me go. So I pulled that picture up first to build my sketches on so that I would have that resemblance. And then I drew my blue line sketches on top of it. And I actually usually sketch with it way lower. I think you saw I had it like 9. So I'll draw my sketch over it, and then I will turn that off. If I don't have something, like I'm just starting from scratch, I'll just start straight with the blue sketch. And then once I have that sketch, I'll go in and draw the actual lines. And these are kind of warm ups, so you can see they're a little bit messier than normal. And then once I have the lines, I'll go turn that off, and then I start coloring. So with this one, I'm going to turn it all on at once. But the way I usually do it, I'm not really great at choosing a ton of different layers. And so with these, I usually only have a couple. So I'll draw in the skin, then the hair. And you can't see on this, but usually I'll actually do like lime green and hot pink while I'm flatting it so that I can really see spots I've missed. And then I'll just go through and lock the opacity and color it. And then there's like my first set of details and my second set of details. And then I've been adding backgrounds real fast. And then, I'll do like this one has like these pearly details and shinies and stuff like that. So that one takes about, like I said, 20 to 45 minutes, and both of us have little things we do like this that have that. That's on the short end. On the long end, no, I'm not going to save this. I don't know that I changed anything for the better. On the long end, so in hours, I would say 3 hours would be exceptionally short. Like, if nothing went wrong, if everything I drew was perfect the first time, everything I inked flatted, it was a very simplistic picture, Sarah's background just came together, was maybe some pieces she'd already built, maybe we could get it done in 3 hours. Normally I'd say they go like 6 hours to 15 hours. Yeah. Because sometimes, an idea doesn't work, especially like with what Sarah's doing with like the designs and how detailed they are. Like, one little thing can fill off and she'll have to start and do something totally different. And I'm gonna have her make a whole video about her process separately sometime. But yeah, they can drag out. We've in real time had ones. I mean, we have ones that aren't finished that will probably never be finished because we just couldn't quite get them to gel the way we wanted to, and eventually gave up. We've been working on a Undertale one for like a year or something because it's going to be very, very detailed, and we wanted to replay the game and like remember everything we love about it and slip in all these little details and stuff, so that it takes a lot of time. That's why a lot of times if you talk to me at cons, I'll say like I don't make fan art of something that one of us at least does not particularly love, or if we're being commissioned, because then whoever's commissioning it is usually bringing that love and those details, because they take a lot of work to find, and I don't want to just slap it together and not catch that detail. So it can take a lot of work to kind of get everything to come together. And if it does work together, I'm going to show you one that actually came together pretty fast. It's one of the few we don't always build our pieces after specific pieces, but occasionally there's one that just is right. And this was one of those. This is a calendar piece that Alphonse Mucha did in 1897, 1896 to 1897. And this is our Devilman piece that we based on it. So you can definitely see this one has pretty strong inspiration. We really love this piece. We were originally going to use it for Alana and Margot from Hannibal, and then just that never got made, and then it really worked for this piece for reasons. This one took a lot of time for me to get the base drawing up. So let me step back, and I'm going to show you how we go piece by piece. So this is the base drawing. And I think I like my base drawing better than I like the original piece or the finished piece a little bit. I don't know. If you're an artist, you never know. But I went ahead, it looks like we scanned this one in. So I did the original drawing in pencil. I think I did this at a con. You can see over here, it says like Satan's nipples of sparkle. That was definitely Colorado Springs Comic-Con. And then the anatomy on this piece was really, really complicated, because the anatomy on Alphonse Mucha's piece doesn't necessarily entirely make sense. And then my interpretation of it kind of got messy, so there was a lot of like doing different layers of red line drawing, and like a lot of them you don't even actually see, because they would get erased and redrawn and erased and redrawn, which is why I love digital art. But so this is one that took quite a bit of, even though the idea gelled together, it took a lot of technical stuff. And then I went ahead and went in and did the inks, and you can see how different the inks are from the original sketch, but also how similar. And then once I did the inks, that's when I'll usually go and I'll hide the original, go ahead and put in a background. Now, I would not have probably been working with a background this dark to color it in. I usually like to use a more mid-tone one, because this is great when you're adding light colors, but not so great when you're adding dark colors. You can see the teardrops because those got added in. I don't know what layer those are on that didn't get turned off, but because I didn't want them to have hard lines around them since they were liquid. And then I went in and I blocked in the basic colors, and I've been trying to get better at this because I think this helps make a more cohesive color scheme, to block them out first. And then once I had them blocked, I copied that layer and I shrank it down so that I had my little color palette in the corner. And then I started adding my colors. And you can see I had a lot of colors on this. Let me bring it up here. So those are all my color layers in this folder. Right, there we go. That's all my color layers. And this is a lot of layers for me. I like to make things glow a lot. Maybe too much sometimes. Okay, Sarah says never too much, and I want that recorded for posterity. So that if I ever bring her the glowiest freaking Satan nipples. If you haven't seen Devilman, I'm sorry that this probably is like, what the fuck is you talking about? But go watch it. Don't go watch it. I don't know. Anyway, so then I have all research it first. Sarah says research it first. And then I'll turn off the layer. So then I have this finished art, and then I will send this over to Sarah, and she takes it, and like I said, someday I will make her sit down and record this and do her process, because her process is very cool and complicated and a whole different part of the brain than mine. But she starts adding layers and building shapes and making these pieces that come together. And this one is interesting, and unfortunately I don't know what happened to the final art, but I also did digitally, without a drawing, these little pieces for her to add onto the side thing. So you can see I don't know where any of the final art is for the Mickey head. And then I redrew that guy. Is it on that computer? Oh, okay. I must have drawn it on Sarah's computer. We have two computers right next to each other, so sometimes things go back and forth. And this was during the period of terrible computer luck. You can see some discarded ideas. I had the idea of like the angels coming down from the beginning and end. I had the idea of serene centaur thing. But yeah, so this is kind of our process, and this one I think from beginning to end took about 4 weeks, with us working like an hour or two here, an hour or two there. Yeah, and that's our process. But like I said, we usually work, I don't know, we kind of do burst works. So like it might be 12 hours, but that 12 hours ends up spread out over 3 months because of having such busy work schedules and stuff. And the various ish stuff we have going on. But yeah, that's it. So I will be recording another one soon with the next month's question. Oh, goodbye. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it recorded. All right, bye-bye.